Welcome to the 24K Life Podcast. I'm your host, Derick Gant. You know, we like to bring you the best, the brightest, and the most interesting guests that are going to help you elevate your 24K life or your 24K business. You know, today is no exception. We are bringing Norbert Orlewicz. He is a digital marketing guru. Now, you know I call people occasionally gurus, but this brother has been in the game for over 15 years. So I know he's a guru. You can't do anything longer than 5 or 10 years and not consider yourself to be all pro. So what do we want to know? I want to know, how do I grow my community? How do I grow my business? What's the deal with marketing? Should I be buying ads? Should I be trying to build my business organically? You know, what's the story with the sole proprietors? How should a sole proprietor launch their interest in society to share their purpose, their gifts, and their beliefs? He's going to tell us all of that. I'm telling you, the guy is cool as the other side of the pillow. I can't wait because I got questions. Now, he's an expert. He's going to tell us about his background. But, you know, Norbert, how are you, my man?
I'm doing so good. And we're going to have a fun time here today. I hope we got a couple hours. No, I'm joking. We got to keep this to a limit. But yeah, we're going to have fun because you got questions. And yeah, I got some answers.
And you got answers. That's right, brother. You know, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, you know, I got questions about investing, about money management, about personal building wealth, I can talk to them for 20 years because I got 35 years in the game. So we know that you're an expert. And I can't wait to ask you a few things. But why don't you tell us about your background, your history? Why should anyone want to listen to your expertise about building their business, their life, and their communities online, in their online businesses?
Yeah, perfect. Well, I've got an interesting background. I'm actually a theater school dropout and a snowboard bum. So I think that qualifies me to teach you business and marketing, no?
Absolutely. All those falls you kept getting up.
No, honestly, I am completely self-taught. And I think that's what's interesting about my story because it's applicable to basically anybody. My message is that anybody can do this online marketing thing. I'm nothing special. I have no marketing degrees, no business degrees, no certifications of any kind, nothing hanging on my wall. I'm just a dude who wanted to make a change in my life and start a business. And I got involved in this online thing about 2006, 2007. Started with network marketing, affiliate marketing, direct response, direct sales. I've kind of done it all. And then in 2008, I was lucky enough to meet a couple of cool guys. And together we launched a digital education platform, a community and a membership site in 2008. And we took that company from zero with just a couple of $100 and a lot of sweat equity, from zero to 2.2 million in 12 months, our first 12 months. And we ran that company for 15 years, served 134,000 customers all around the world, got to do live events all over the place, got to travel. It was an incredible experience. We shut that company down. That's a whole nother story there just last year. And we've pivoted and launched a brand new company called Digital Mentors, where now we focus on helping coaches, consultants, and experts, basically anybody who's got some knowledge, some skills, some expertise, a message, a passion that they want to get out into the world. We help them to strategize and build their business. And my specialty really is in marketing, overall marketing strategy, marketing principles, and simplifying internet marketing, because this can be such a complex world. And it's funny that you called me a guru, because I try to throw rocks at gurus all the time in my marketing, because there's so many gurus out there and so many young kids now out there as well. So much confusing, overwhelming messaging when it comes to marketing. My goal is really just to simplify the whole thing for you.
And okay, so you just threw 6 questions in my head that I didn't even prepare for.
Nice.
But let's start with the first question, which is, did you stop doing the educational community because it's old and played, and it wasn't effective anymore, or was there other reasons? And I don't need to know the reasons. I just want to know if it's old and played.
You know what? I'm an open book. So, and I really love the story. I think there's a lot to learn from it. So for me, it became old and played. Yeah. So
Okay.
our niche was network marketers. That's kind of where I got my start in entrepreneurship, was network marketing. And it's a great, I sort of call it a gateway drug into entrepreneurship because it gets you started, but it was never my thing. I had some success with it, but where we focused is helping people market their network marketing business online using social media, using video, using sales funnels. And we started that in 2008. So we were one of the first to do it in the industry, and they hated us for it because they wanted you to just keep doing the home parties. And obviously the industry is completely changed now.
So was that the educational community that you guys built? Okay.
That was the educational community in that niche in network marketing, which was never really a passion of mine. I kind of lost the passion for that industry about 5 or 6 years in.
Okay.
And then what we wanted to pivot about 5 years before this shift happened, we wanted to pivot. And we actually wanted to get rid of one of our partners as well, because he wasn't really playing the game and it wasn't all there. And the company had kind of flatlined and stagnated. I lost my vision for the company and my passion for it as well. I love the coaching part of it, which I got to do, but I kind of lost the vision for where are we taking this company, right? Like, where's the future for this? So we wanted to pivot, but we couldn't figure out how. All right. And then what happened is last year we brought in a consultant to kind of help us rebrand and pivot. And as we started this pivot, we started looking at the books. And at this point, I was no longer actually a partner of the company. So many details here. I'm trying to go really quickly here. And so the guy who was running the books, who was in charge of the books, we discovered that he had started to embezzle, and he embezzled over $1.5 million from the company, essentially bankrupted the company. And all in all, gift from God, because it's actually what we wanted. We wanted to get rid of him. We wanted to start a brand new company.
Oh, wait, the guy that you wanted to get rid of was the one stealing? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's a wild story. We won't get into the details.
No. We don't need the details on that because we got too much other stuff to talk about.
Exactly. So that was the transition.
Okay, from a selfish perspective, you're a coach, you're a trainer, you're a mentor, you're a provider, helping other coaches, mentors, and providers. My question to you is that for the coaches that you're helping, because it seems to me that the people that do extremely well are the trainers that are training other trainers, so coaching the coaches. What about the people that are coaching straight to market? They're going straight to consumer, and I'm assuming that your product, your services helps some of those people or most of those people with their clients. So back to the original question, is educating people played out? Is that done? Is it over? Should we all be trying to do a trainer thing? Because I personally do, B2C. I'm trying to help people with their financial literacy, building wealth, get out of debt, and along the way, some fitness and other personal development type things. But our core thing is educating people on financial literacy. And I hate to say financial literacy because it sounds so pedestrian, but obviously it's needed because, the amount of credit card debt people carry, the amount of savings that they don't have, all the other things. Quick question. Is it played? Am I doing the wrong thing? Should I change the game? Should I just give it up and just stick with my one-on-one clients? Or is there still room for me to deliver my greatness to millions?
Massive room. Absolutely not played out.
Bro, that's a great answer.
Absolutely not played out. No. This is a huge growth industry. I was looking at some statistics. It's expected to grow like 13 to 20% year over year. And you've got two parts to this space. There's the digital education space, which is the education part, the digital courses, academic and corporate as well. And then you've got the digital coaching space as well. And I think together, it's projected to be like a $70 billion or $700 billion industry moving into 2030, 31. And what's interesting for me as well is I personally feel, and this might be a whole different discussion, I personally feel like this industry is one of the places to create job security for yourself.
Yeah, man.
With the advent of AI, automation, robotics, and all the technology that's coming down the pipe.
Right.
Because it's going to be next to impossible for AI to replace mentorship.
Right.
And
I agree.
That's the difference, because we're not selling, and this is the shift that you have to make. And this is why we don't use the word digital education industry. We actually have coined the digital mentorship industry. And that's the unique difference, because we don't sell information. We don't sell education. We sell transformation. We sell mentorship.
Yeah. All right, man. I got to go back to another question, and because I wish we could just go linear because it just flows better.
We can go all over.
But I got to go back just because of my nature. So this bugs the shit out of me. Okay, but you said it, and you said it so smoothly, because I told everybody you were cool. I don't know if you heard the intro, but I told everybody you was cool as the other side of the pillow. You just slid by it so nicely. But dude, everybody's a freaking guru. They roll. I'm an expert because I got 30 plus years in my field of expertise, and I've only done one thing, and that's manage investment portfolios for people and help people get out of debt. Right. So money has been my one thing that I've always done. So I got no issue standing up saying I'm a guru, I'm an expert, I'm a pro, I'm an all-star. If I'm not, I should have quit a long time ago. But man, people wake up and go, I'm going to be a life coach. And and they're 24. They haven't even lived yet. And I'm not just picking on them. I'm just saying there's so many people that are instant successes. Let me show you how to sell real estate. And they've had their license for 2 months. Let me show you, because maybe they're charismatic or something. I don't really know. What's up with that? How do we decipher through the bull and to the reality, understanding. And I guess what I'm really saying and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to not get you clients. I understand that somebody that comes in the game in 2 months that wants to hire you, you have to come up with a creative way to get them out there. But man, them purporting themselves to be gurus and all those type of things just drives me nuts.
I totally hear what you're saying there. And I'm going to approach it from two angles. Okay. The first one is, there's a lot of, fake it till you make it people out there. There's a lot of one-hit wonders out there, right? So some kid, 24 years old, has success in one tiny little area, and all of a sudden they're positioning themselves as a guru. And this is the pro and the con, the upside and the downside of what we have with the internet and with social media. With social media and with the internet, what's incredible, and this is a power that we have, is we get to engineer perception. So we get to engineer perception. Now, with that power comes great responsibility. Because,
okay, Spider-Man.
because you can use that ability to engineer perception, and you can fool people. And marketers do that all the time, right? And so now on social media, you're seeing a lot of that, is exactly that one-hit wonder, that person who, is just really charismatic, or they know how the social media algorithms work, and they can just get a big following, and all of a sudden they can sell whatever they want to sell because they have that following. And that's one of the basic marketing principles, and we'll come back to this. One of the basic marketing principles to success online is you have to build an audience. And if you build an audience, you can do anything with that audience. And that's what we're seeing with social media. Now you can position yourself as a guru because you have this audience. So clearly you know what you're talking about, but that might not necessarily be the case. Okay. So we have to be very cautious when we're looking out into the marketplace, especially if you're looking for internet marketing advice and seeing, does this person actually know what they're doing? Or have they just had a tiny little sliver of success in this one particular specific area, right? And you'll see that a lot in the affiliate marketing space and the make money online space. That's where I spend a lot of time. And that's what I wanted to get away from, because that industry is just a cesspool of scammers and manipulators and marketers and psychopaths, literally, honestly. Okay.
I believe you, man. I believe you.
Yeah.
So, but this time we can go linear. So let's talk about building, an online community, or building an online presence, or growing your audience. Let's talk about that. So what approach do you believe in? What approach are you taking? Is it an organic approach? Is it a paid approach? Are you Gary Vee saying you got to post 10 times a day and 18 on Tuesday?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. If you've got a team of 100.
Exactly. See, no one sees his whole team, the 3 videographers he has, and the people that are probably editing, and then the other people that are posting it and writing the copy. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about your belief system. So let's take myself. I'm going to be selfish. Let's take me for an example. I have been online probably 5 years. Okay. maybe a little bit more. This is 24. So let's just say 5. Let's just say 5 years. It's been 5 to 7 years. And I went out and I built a community before I was really doing anything, posting pictures and maybe giving a quick lesson here or there, but usually just social, more social than anything.
Yeah.
And then I decided, hey, I have this brand. I wrote this book. I really need to help people change their financial life. And so I have a group of people that like to see, I shouldn't say this is not right, but I have a lot of people that like to see people making cookies and, taking pictures of their food, which I have never done, but that's the type of people I'm talking about. But I want to transition into people that really, truly want to improve their financial life. So what plan, and I'm not saying details step by step, just in the big picture of the conversation, because I'm going to ask you the opposite too. What if I'm just getting started? So for somebody like me who's not just getting started, but doesn't have the foundation that they really want, how would you suggest that we start to build that foundation?
Okay, well, let me ask you, what's one of your biggest social media platforms? Like, where are you focused on for social media right now?
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you that I dislike them all.
Me too. Actually,
I would say that I get the most traction on Instagram.
Okay, cool. I just pulled up your Instagram. Okay,
I get the most traction on Instagram. If I were more consistent, I got quick success on TikTok. And that leads to that question, which is, you start building a business on TikTok and they're talking about shutting it down. And so, so let me answer your question. Instagram.
Okay. Yeah. So like looking at your Instagram right now, right? You look like a life coach.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I know that you're an entrepreneur and I know that you do motivation, the book, and every day. Okay. So my instant impression about you is you're a life coach.
Okay.
And you look like you're pretty fit. So maybe you're into fitness.
Right.
And that's all I know about you.
Okay.
So we need to, if you're going to use a social media platform, Instagram is a perfect example. And funny enough, that's what we're actually diving into right now.
Okay.
If you check out my Instagram right now, I've got like 2,000 followers. I haven't touched the thing in years, and I've never really focused on my personal brand because we were running and building our business, and so everything was kind of corporate. So the first thing that I would say is, like, how do you want to engineer perception?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What is the first thing that you want people to know about you when they land on your website, your Instagram profile, your Facebook profile, your LinkedIn profile? It doesn't matter, whatever you're using. What is the initial impression? Because people make initial judgments and they want it. The first question everyone has in their mind subconsciously is this for me and what's in it for me?
Right. 100%.
Right. So the first thing you want to do is write in your bio, you've got to spell out for people. And this is the basic branding questions, okay? The basic branding questions. Who are you? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? And I love this one the most. What do you stand for?
Yeah.
What do you stand for? This what do you stand for question is where you create your unique selling proposition. That's how you separate yourself from the marketplace, right? Mm-hmm. So the first thing that I get everybody to do is, okay, what market you're in? You're in the financial market, right?
Right.
Okay. What is your specialty? What is your expertise within the financial market?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to be known for?
I want to be known for helping people get away from living check to check. So basically building a secure financial foundation.
Okay. So who is your ideal client? So now we answer that next question. Mm-hmm. Who is your ideal client? And especially when you're starting out, and I call it the Tesla model, because this is niching down, and we've all heard the concept of niching down, but for some reason, as entrepreneurs online, we struggle with this idea of niching down because we keep thinking that if I niche down to just this one client, I'm going to miss out on so much opportunity.
Right.
And that's maybe true in the beginning, but if you don't, it makes your marketing super, super difficult because now you're trying to speak and help to too many people. You're trying to solve too many problems. And when people land on your site, they have no idea if this is for me and what do I get out of it?
Right. So let me ask you this. So if I said, this is going to be really, I hope a lot of people listen to this shit because this is going to be funny. It is what it is. So if I said, hey, we want to market to Black women, right, that are either at six figures or super close to six figors. And we have the whole like the whole avatar spelled out. I feel like a racist. Right? I mean, I'm just being honest. It's like, I don't really feel sexist because I don't care what, most men don't want help and they need it. I didn't say they didn't need help. They just don't want to admit they need it. And so, and they're really hard to pull their wallets out to pay for help. And white women usually have a white dude they got a stronger base platform. I told you I was gonna come straight.
This is why I'm on this podcast, because I listened to your other interviews and I'm like, I like this guy. I like his style.
You, I just shoot straight.
Yes.
So, but I'm hesitant to go, we help Black women, near six figures, because I feel like an ass, right? Like, number one, we will help everybody, just like you said. So I have that syndrome. What you said, I got that problem, right? So it's like, well, we can help anybody who's sincere about elevating their financial game. But here's the scenario. Most of these people have some help. These people don't have help, and men are hard to deal with. So, so what would you tell me? Would you say just suck it up, buttercup, and go for it? Or
yeah, I would. So here's a few things. Okay, I have to share this story with you. Okay?
Tell me, man. I want to hear it.
It's the story of Lululemon. Do you know Lululemon?
Oh, bro, absolutely. I might have Lululemon right now.
Yeah. Okay, so Lululemon, when they started, and this is another key thing for anybody listening. Okay. If you're trying to start a business, model or grow your business, you have to make sure that you're modeling the business when they were at the stage that you're at. So the biggest mistake people do is they, ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson, right? Tony Robbins. It's like, I want to be like Tony Robbins. I want to be like Marie Forleo. I want to be like Oprah Winfrey, whatever. And they're like, oh, Russell Brunson's doing this huge 30-day challenge with 100 speakers. That's what I need to do to launch my business. No, dude, he's got $1 million and teams of people that are building this thing.
And he can pay the speakers.
Exactly. How did he start is the question that you need to figure out. So Lululemon, global brand now, all sorts of things. How did they start? They started as a tiny little yoga shop here in Kitsilano. I live in Vancouver, BC. So they started their first shop just a few streets down from where I live. And the owner of the company, Chip Wilson, he was the original founder. He got removed as a CEO later on. We'll get to that. The owner of the company, the reason that they were able to break into the market, think about this. They're an athletic apparel. So they're competing with Nike, Reebok, Adidas, all of that kind of stuff. How do you break into one of those competitive markets? Well, you identify an ideal client. You find a client that you can serve better than anybody else. So he identified his niche, his specialty, which was yoga, but then he went one step further. He identified Ocean as his ideal client. And Ocean was an urbanite making six figures, the female working out 90 minutes of yoga every single week, drinking spirulina shakes, okay? A very specific person. And he designed everything to serve her better than anybody else. And he even got in shit a few years later because he didn't have any extra large size apparel. Because Ocean is not extra large size. She works out and does yoga and drinks spirulina shakes. That is not who Ocean is. Right. So he built a cult following because he was very specific about who he serves. Okay. And then I have to use the Tesla model. So Elon Musk, think about how he started. How did he break in and compete with billion-dollar automobile manufacturers? What was the first vehicle he created to break into the market?
The electric car, wasn't it?
The Model S.
The S.
Think about the Model S. Was it designed for everybody?
No.
Who was it designed for?
The cool white dude, bro.
The cool white dude with lots of pockets who's the first guy to line up for the latest tech.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I loved it too. The big ass screen and the computers. I loved it.
Yeah. Anybody that's into tech, anybody that wants to be like the first mover in tech, they lined up. They were on the waiting list, right?
Yes.
And that's how he broke into the market. Then later on, he expanded and he's going to serve other people and open up the market. That's exactly what Lululemon did. It's exactly what most successful companies, especially today in this competitive landscape, have to do. And so maybe as solo entrepreneurs, we should follow that example.
I love it, man.
So you can serve everybody in the future. But for right now, you need your first 10 clients.
Which is why Lulu dude got in trouble, man. He didn't want to serve everybody in the future.
He did. He's got some, controversial political and societal opinions and stuff. And it's all good. But it's so funny. We can learn from him.
I bought, swear to God, this is 2024, in case this podcast lasts forever. 2024. So this past Christmas, I bought my partner some Lululemon. She never had it before. She's never owned any, never had it. And she was, like, it's just like, so I go to the not the Ashley Fit, but whatever the one is, they just get, the renew, right? And I'm a fitness guy, right? I've been teaching courses and fitness classes and for 20 years. So I'm all about the Lulu, right? Matter of fact, I like Lulu so much, I would never work out in it. That's how nice Lulu is.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm not getting it sweaty, right? Which is absurd, but, this is how nice the shit was or is. So, she was always talking about her activewear and how, she did what she did and she's fine and she doesn't, So I was like, screw it. So I bought her this whole outfit, the pants, the top, the jacket.
Oh yeah.
And then the winter jacket to go over the workout jacket, right? So I dropped some coins. Gave it to her for Christmas. She was like, "Oh, this is so nice. Thank you." And about a week later, she calls me and she goes, "This is some nice shit." She goes, I understand what it's all about now. Like, I want more because it is so incredibly different and unique and nice. So that's a great tip. So tell me about.
Wait, hold on. I have to continue on because I have one more thing to say on this.
No,
and it's
go
really
for
important because it addresses that specific question that you said about, do I target the Black six-figure woman, right? Okay. So engineering perception. So I literally just interviewed a friend of mine, Marquel Russell, who's done millions of dollars in this space. And he teaches consultants and experts how to essentially the same thing that we're doing now. He's been doing it for like 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
And he focuses specifically on the Black community. So his mission is to help Black entrepreneurs leverage his training to create $1 trillion of revenue in America for the Black community. Okay. Now, when you go to his website, he doesn't say this is only for Black entrepreneurs.
Right.
Okay. But engineering perception, right? So who do you think is all of his testimonials and case studies?
Black entrepreneurs.
Yes. Right. So in his ads, it's Black entrepreneurs, right? Sharing their stories. Mm-hmm. And so you don't have to state that my business is only for this, whatever.
Right.
But through your content, through your messaging, through the things he says, the fact that he says, this is my mission. I'm on a mission to help the Black community. Because he states those things, because of the testimonials, he engineers the perception of who this is for and who he serves. And so it attracts more and more Black entrepreneurs.
There you go. Hey, if you're listening to this and you're driving and you want to go check out my man, you can go to norbertonline.com. It's norbertonline.com. Check him out. And he's going to tell us, I'm going to ask him right now about some of his courses and some of his techniques that he uses with people to help us elevate our game on an individual or corporate level. So tell us about what is your marquee program? I know you just switched some things around. I mean, what you've elevated, you've done enough of the good stuff, you've done enough of the other stuff to kind of figure out this is where you got rid of the partner. So now you know where you want to go, at least for now. Yes. Tell us what that looks like.
Yeah. So we're actually taking our own advice. With the last company, we complicated, excuse my language, we complicated the shit out of that business. Okay. And that's the problem as you grow a business and you scale a business. And the conversation I had with Marquel, he was saying exactly the same thing, is you just continue to add more and more complexity. And sometimes the challenges with scaling a business, it sounds sexy and it sounds exciting, but there's a lot of challenges that it creates, especially when you complicate the business. Mm-hmm. And we published over 200 digital courses. We had live events, we had workshops, we had webinar funnels. We literally had hundreds of funnels. Our one owner had thousands of domains that he purchased. It just became this convoluted, complex machine that was really difficult to change and steer. So with this new company, we're actually following our own advice and we're following the one principle, right? So one market, solve one problem, provide one solution with one core offer, using one marketing strategy for 1 year.
Okay.
You want to hit 7 figures? Try that strategy out. Now, that's a little bit of a simplified strategy because anytime you hear a rule, it's always meant to be broken.
Of course.
Or it's always meant to be adjusted. So whenever you hear anybody give you a rule, like this is how you should do it, always feel free to modify it and be flexible with it, right? And that's where mentorship and coaching comes in,
right?
Because we want to be able to kind of customize it to your specific business. But it's a good principle to start with. So right now we have one core offer. We have our incubator program, and then we have our Rockstar program. Our Rockstar program is a done-for-you program. It's very high-end. We do everything for you. Our incubator program is the core offer that we're focusing on. And it's essentially an incubator program, just like any entrepreneur incubator that you become a part of. You join for a year and you come hang out in our community. You get mentorship, you get training, you get access to us, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, all sorts of things like that to help you basically take your idea and learn how to package and market it. So that's the core offer. Yeah.
All right. Do you like talking about price points, or you want to tailor make that for everybody that calls in?
Yeah, that's typically tailor made for everybody that calls in. Yeah,
all
exactly.
Right.
So one of the trainings that I have that's available for free on my website, and I'm not sure when this is going to be published because I'm just updating it right now because I just recorded this training, is essentially showing people our 4-step simple process to go from 0 to 10 to 25K a month. That's typically for coaches, consultants. That's kind of the goal, to hit that 10 to 25K. You should be able to do that as a solopreneur, even without a VA. So that's typically the goal. So we show you a very simple process of what to focus on. So you can eliminate all the crazy stuff that you hear all the time. Like, you don't need webinar funnels. You don't need all the crazy automations. You don't need all the complicated stuff. Just focus on these 4 steps.
So don't take offense, bro. Please don't, because I don't mean any offense. But it sounds like to me that your incubator program is for people over $25,000, or let's say $15,000 to $20,000. If your free service is going to take them to 10 to 20, and that's your free, or are you saying, what are you telling me?
That's just okay. So the free is just a tutorial. It's a 20-minute tutorial where I lay out the concept.
Okay, but then you implement the concept.
In the incubator.
So your incubator, so you don't need to be making $20,000 a month to hire you.
No, man, I'll tell you, you can be part of the incubator for $500 a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So we made it affordable. That was the whole point. The Rockstar is where we actually do it for you. We do the copy, we build out the funnels, like we're with you and we do it for you. The incubator is a do on your own, but you have us to mentor, support, answer, give you feedback, give you coaching and all that kind of stuff. For a full year. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So, you mentioned the company. You've also mentioned your personal IG, and are you starting to focus on your own IG? How are you? What are you doing?
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that because this is one of the biggest mistakes that I ever made, and please learn from my big mistake.
Okay.
Because we launched this company and we had so much success with the company. And then I just had different positions in the company. Initially, I was CEO, but then later on, I just took over the mentorship program and I ran that. I never focused on building my personal brand. And it's the biggest mistake ever. So no matter what, focus on building your personal brand because that is your security.
Okay.
That is your life insurance.
So right? Are you saying that I have Mega Millions LLC that I'm doing my financial literacy, but I should also promote Derick Gant?
Well, it depends. If you're like the sole owner of Mega Millions,
that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
Gotcha.
It's the fact that I had partners and we were building this entity around. It wasn't around me. The business wasn't built around my personal brand. It was built around the company itself and the community we were building. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what your IG is, so people that are listening can go find you.
Norbert Online. You can find me on IG. And
so NorbertOnline.com is your website. Norbert Online is your IG and your social handle.
Yeah, because nobody can spell Orlewicz.
Well, that's why you told me to say it really fast.
Yeah, exactly. So what's really cool is I'm basically starting my IG like anybody else. I've got like 2,500 followers, but it's completely dead account. I haven't been using it at all. And we're literally just starting to build and put focus into it. And I see IG, and again, choose one social platform. So our company
is that part of the one? That's part of the 111, huh?
Hell yes.
All right, my man. I like you.
Hell yeah.
I told you I couldn't wait to interview you.
Now you can absolutely repurpose your content, and I'll post the content that I'm creating for Instagram. I'll post it on Facebook because I have a better following there and I've got better engagement there. But my focus right now is on Instagram.
Okay.
So I'm creating content specifically for the platform. That's rule number one. You cannot create one piece of content and think that you can just spread it on 5 different platforms and that it's going to work. It's not. TikTok is a different culture.
Yeah.
Instagram is a different culture. YouTube is a different culture. LinkedIn is a completely different culture.
Completely different culture.
So you have to create specific content for each platform. As a solopreneur, how are you going to do that when you're still supposed to fulfill on your clients?
I agree with you. Okay, so I got one last question for you, bro. It's selfish, but I got to ask it. So we're doing this huge event, right? Every couple of years I do an event, the 24K Life Growth Conference.
Right.
And I want to, the first time I did it, I just wanted the graphics. I wanted the perception. I wanted the video footage. I wanted the images of being on stage. I wanted the images of the crowd. That's the first one I did. And I knew exactly, I did it for the perception, right?
It was an investment for the,
I knew exactly what I was doing. So every time I do an event, I have a underlying motive that everybody's aware of. When I say everybody on my team, so that nobody gets lost in the shuffle. So this event, I want to quadruple my email list. So I want to grow my email list as big as possible. And I know that sounds kind of weird because we're having an event. So of course you want to sell tickets to the event, but I'm not dumb, man. I mean, you're not coming from Canada or British Columbia, to my event unless I'm just oozing gold, for everybody to dip their hands in.
Right.
And so we want to market this as broad as we can. But my real goal, honestly, is to I can put 300 people in seats, right? So I'm not worried about that. I want 3,000 new emails.
Okay.
So what would you tell me to do in that instance, as far as my marketing and all that's concerned, to capture, because they might listen to a video I do and then click on the thing to go to the event site to check it out, which is super cool, but I didn't capture their email. Yeah.
So what's the focus of the event?
So the focus of the event is always, being completely balanced 24K life. We talk about how to get your money together so that you can afford to invest in Norbert's gear. So, his coaching services, get your money together so that you can go hire, a nutritionist or a fitness coach or a life coach, or so that you can attack the other core areas of your life, get your money together. We talk about being fit. We talk about, different things like on the podcast, but our real core is come in, let's get your financial life together. Let's get you motivated. Let's get your habits set. Okay. Let's get you energized with the right tools. We're not talking about just motivation. Let's get you the right tools, send you out to the world so that you can elevate your life. That's what it's about.
All right. Ideal client. Who's the ideal client for the event? It's the same questions every single time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get so bored doing this. Ideal client.
We want the black female near 6 figures.
Okay. What are her problems?
Her problems. Number one, she feels like she's doing it all alone. So time management is an issue. Living check to check is still an issue, right? Mm-hmm. And in that particular circumstances, a lot of times they're not getting support. They're not getting child support. They're not getting physical support. And so she doesn't have enough heads to wear all the hats that are necessary to make her life go smoothly. So doesn't have any savings. She's probably putting some money in a 401k, but not managing it. So, her money is still, it's there. It's just not stacking, right? She's not building wealth. It's going in and out.
Okay. What is she Googling at night when she's stressed out about her finances, when she's just, at the peak level of her anxiety and she needs to solve her problem right now? What is she Googling at night? What is the immediate problem she's trying to solve for?
Well, those are two different questions, bro. What she's Googling is, where can I go on vacation to escape from this? I'm being honest, man. Right? You knew you were coming on my show. She's Googling, where can I go to escape from this temporarily? And as far as help, I've asked this over and over, and most of the time it's referral. It's like, I've been following this guy, or I've been talking to this guy, or I met this company, this guy, Derick Gant, who helps people get their money together. That's my take. I don't know what they're Googling.
Let me go at it from a different angle. When you work with your clients, what is the first most immediate outcome or result that you help them create where they're like, oh shit, I'm so glad I met you.
Yeah. Getting all their bills paid on time.
Okay. Getting bills paid on time.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your unique solution for that? Like, how do you help somebody that's struggling to pay the bills?
We actually have a money system. We have a total system. We have a course and a system that they can either DIY themselves through it, or they can get coaching through it.
Okay. And that's to help them get their bills paid on time. What's the next outcome result from that? Now they've got that done. What's the next one?
So now they got their bills paid on time. They can go on their vacation that they've been.
Can they go on vacation just yet?
Well, should they? It just depends. Everybody's a little different. It depends on. Here's the truth of the matter. Our 6-figure clients, we get them turned around so friggin' fast with the system. If they put their money in the right spot, as long as they didn't go haywire on the debt side. If they're just having some spending issues and some Amazon issues and other issues that they just can't see for themselves, we turn them around pretty quick. And what we do is,
how quickly can you turn someone around?
4 to 6 paychecks. So that's 3 months.
90 days.
Yep.
Okay. So we always want to try to add the concept of time into our offer, right? Okay. That's where urgency is important for that, but it's actually involving time into the solution itself, because time is the one currency that we all have, and we have a very limited amount of it.
Gotcha.
So anytime we can work in the time into the solution itself, that's going to make that irresistible offer. What I'm doing here with you is we're outlining the key milestones of our customer on the journey that we take them on. Okay. So When you think about your client journey, you think about the point where they first find out about you. And then you think about point B, or point Z, actually, the ultimate destination, right? The ultimate destination, I would imagine, for your clients is like financial freedom.
That is the ultimate destination.
Ultimate destination. Okay. But that might take years to get there. So then what we do is we start to backtrack and we start to outline all of the milestones that we help them accomplish on the way to that ultimate goal.
Okay.
Those milestones are now become our offers. And our offers are the products that we sell, or the lead magnets that we use to get their attention and their interest, or build our email list.
Okay. Well, so I'm not going to have you give away the sauce, man, because I think that we've just proven in like 7 minutes your value. So I'm going to do what I hope every listener that's in need does. I'm going to hire you offline and become a part of your community and get the rest of my solution, because that's what real business people do. They invest in themselves. They invest in their business. So I don't want you to get ready. I know you're ready to give me the rest.
We do this in the workshop, man. We do a free workshop every single month. In fact, the next one is tomorrow, which I'm sure this isn't going to be published in time. But we do a free workshop. It's a 6-hour workshop. I do the whole training. Well, I do the majority of it. I'm doing it tomorrow. And if you register for the workshop and you check that out, and this is for everybody listening, you go to my website, you can check it out too. It's a free workshop right now, 6 hours long. And we walk through all of these basic fundamentals. And you walk away at the end of the workshop with the idea for your first or next offer that you can sell to make that 10 to 25K a month.
Excellent. Well, go to norbertonline.com. Check it out. We're going to edit this and extract this section out and post this shit on Instagram today. Just for you, brother. Just for you. And if anybody jumps on, if one person jumps on, it's worth it. I'm unfortunately going to be out of town tomorrow, or I would jump on myself. But that just means that you're going to do it again once a month. You do it once a month?
Yeah, we got another one coming up in June 2nd or June 1st, I think.
All right, excellent. So we'll also promote that one for you too. Hey, any parting 24K Life gold nuggets that you want to give our listeners on the way out?
Man, just believe you can do it. I think we live in the greatest time in history. Honestly, 2008, it was a lot easier to make money online, easier, because there just wasn't the competition. Nobody was doing it. We would use, like, you could put up a crappy little video with a little sales funnel and you were making money, right? If you just knew the basics. Now you're competing with 21-year-olds who are dancing on TikTok and making high production videos and stuff.
Right.
So all that means is we need to up level our game a little bit more, right? We actually, and I love the way you started this conversation at the very beginning. We actually need to be the expert that we're positioning ourselves as being, right? Absolutely. You can't fake it till you make it kind of thing online anymore. You actually have to be the expert. And then the biggest thing is if you're complicating, if you feel overwhelmed in your business, most likely you're overcomplicating it. Most likely you're doing many things that you shouldn't be doing right now, and you're not focusing on the fundamentals. In sports, any athletes out there, or if you've got kids in sports, what do you work on 90% of the time in practice? You work on the fundamentals.
Right.
So learn the fundamentals of marketing and then apply them. In essence, there's 3 activities that you do in marketing. This is it. It's all the gurus, everything that they teach. I can summarize it into 3 steps. Build your audience, engage with that audience, and then sell to that audience. That is internet marketing in 3 steps. That's all you need to do.
I love it, man. Thank you so much. Hang on for a second. All right, you heard it. Listen, I told you in the beginning that this was going to be dope. I told you, and I didn't let you down. Norbert is the man. He's the guru. He's the one. And it's because he tells you the truth. Listen, our 24K Life mantra is being committed to excellence, right? Delivering excellence over and over. And he just showed you how. I don't know if you were paying attention. He said 1 idea, 1 customer, 1 problem that you solve, 1 solution that you deliver, and do it for a year, 7 figures. I'm in. I don't know about you, but I'm in. Because you know what? I personally have that shiny syndrome problem, right? You're doing this and you're like, ooh, that looks cute over there. Let me turn over here. Let me try marketing on Instagram. And oh no, now in Instagram, we're going to go over here to LinkedIn and like, well, maybe about YouTube. So I hope that you listened to what he was able to share, that you digested it. If you're a business owner, that you try it out. I mean, I don't know about you and what you've done, but man, he's made it extremely affordable to dive in. Now, let me ask you a mathematical question from a financial guru. Would you invest $6,000, $500 a month? Would you invest $6,000 to get $10,000 a month? I'm just asking. Would you invest 6 to get 120? It's not hard math. I'm just putting it out there for you because I think we get trapped into the numbers. And if you don't really look at the total ROI, I think you're missing something. And that was the low end. He said 10 to 20,000. So would you invest 6 to get 240? I don't know about you, but anybody that brings me $6,000 and I invested for them and give them 240, I'm a god. Forget guru, I'm a god. Okay? So I hope that you know that we're here to bring you these type of insights, opportunities, and individuals that will enlighten, spark something inside of you. Maybe they're in there with a shovel and they're cleaning out all the clutter to get you to the gold, to get you to the crystals, the true nuggets that really matter. That's what Norbert did for me today, and I hope that he did that for you today. Derick Gant, I want you to be your best, bring your best, leave nothing to chance. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to go visit norbertonline.com.